Hello everyone, so today we'll be just checking out the Galaxy S25 Ultra after 6 months of duration, and I've been using this phone since the beginning of its launch. I just ordered and pre-ordered this one, and I've been using this one since then. It has been a great phone, but obviously there are a few advantages and disadvantages to this phone, and I think few things that Samsung could have improved. We just go ahead and just not be going into the specs because you will be knowing the specs by now. However, the fat things that I want to tell you guys is that the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, which is designed for Samsung, a little bit overclocked than the normal Snapdragon Elite. I don't know like if that makes enough difference or some kind of difference and the normal Snapdragon 8 Elite. But yeah, either of the chips will be fine if you're just getting a phone embedded with those chips. The second thing is it has the 12 gigs of RAM, and the memory options you can get are from 256 GB to up to 1 TB and 512 GB to be the sweetest spot. So this version is like a 512 GB of version. I've been using this phone like since its launch, and I bought this one on my own. Just a disclaimer, like it's not a sponsored video, and all opinions in this video are like my own personal. And yeah, so I would just like to share my personal opinion regarding this device. So we'll just start with the design of this phone first. So design wise, like this phone has been pretty much great. You get the titanium chassis on this one, and obviously there's a glass on the front and on the back, though the glass is like obviously like a scratch resistance, and it has the oleophobic coating that's I think I've been skeptical about the previous review with the S24 Ultra. However, the anti-reflective coating on this one has been extremely great on this phone. But yeah, if you're just like me, who's just used to of the screen protector, so the purpose of that one is gone. You can see like there's lots of reflection unless you're just getting the anti-reflective screen protector from the Samsung. But yeah, I just want to have the tempered glass to have a little bit more protection, so that's why I can vouch on that. It's just a little bit more protected, uh, the screen itself. So yeah, so the size itself pretty much is smooth you get over here. A little bit different that you get from the Apple. This color is the titanium silver blue, and you can just see it's pretty much smooth. On the side, on the left side, you absolutely get nothing. There's just one antenna band on the top, and then on the if we come on the top, we have the antenna band and we have the noise cancellation mics. These looks like a lanyard port, but yeah, these are not the ones, so you don't want to poke these one into these. So on the right side, if we come, so we have around the volume up and down, and the power button, the antenna on the top and one antenna on the bottom. If we come on to the bottom, so we get the type C charging port over here, one mic, and these SIM card tray, the speaker, and your favorite S Pen without the Bluetooth. There has been like a lot of controversy about the S Pen, but yeah, some people use, but Samsung have did its own research, and they mention like the only 1% of the people use the S Pen, so there's a reason they have just removed the Bluetooth. Yeah, I don't know like if they might remove the S Pen in the future iterations of the S series, but obviously I think this is the most selling point of this device when compared to the other device in the same segment, maybe an Apple, OnePlus. And I think this quite a thing that people from the S series or S line or the Note line just prefer the S series is still, and they're stuck with it just because of S Pen. Obviously like I don't use this S Pen, but I would want to have this one once I need this one, and it's very much useful once you need this one. You can just sign and everything. Now, one thing I really like about the S25 Ultra, they have just moved the mic over here rather than being over here. Most of the time, like people who just mistakenly just spoke the mic instead of the SIM ejection tool, SIM ejection tray, and that's how they damage the noise cancellation mic itself. The mics has been extremely good on this device itself. You get the triple setup camera at the back, which is really great, and I would just say like these are like one of the bestest cameras that you can get in the market right now. Very capable and very well balanced. I would just say this device itself has been like a very well balanced device if I compare to any other phone. Like you get everything you needed from the phone itself, like a decent battery, the cameras are great, the software is great, and it's like one of the bestest Android experience you can get from this phone. So in this iteration from S24 Ultra, they had just improved the ultra wide lens on this one to 50 megapixel, which is just great. And we just go ahead and just check the fingerprint on this one. So it works flawlessly with the even with the screen protector on it. uh, Now if we talk about the experience, the screen itself is extremely great. It's extremely great. You can, the smoothness, it is a 125 fps screen, very smooth, very snappy, and I don't think so the screen could be better than this. Obviously if they can improve, but yeah, this is one of the best screen you can get right now. Design wise, if we talked about, so they have just made the size like a rounded corners, very slight rounded corners, so it doesn't just ruin the screen experience, or you can say like just eats up the screen itself. Like the Apple has just made these ones to be too much rounded, that just eats up a little bit of the screen itself once you're just watching like a video in a whole screen. And yeah, but in this case, like it's very minimal. You don't notice any kind of screen eaten up by the design. And the punch hole camera obviously is very small. You hardly notice this one in terms of like once you're just watching the videos, or sometimes it's just hiding behind the bars, the black bars, if you're watching the video, even if you're just making it a full screen or just playing games, so it doesn't like bothers a lot. Like it's a very sweet spot, I would just say. Maybe in the S26 Ultra, like if maybe they can just make it under display. So yeah, but what happens exactly is like it's an ultra phone, so Samsung might don't want to do that one, because once the under display camera is being put, so a little bit of the camera quality is being ruined, you can say, like, or compromised. So yeah, so the screen wise, it has been excellent phone, and I have nothing to complain. The smoothness, the processor, and it has been really great. The battery life on this phone, I noticed it could have been better if the uh, Samsung could just make the battery a little bit bigger. Like I think they're using the same battery from the S22 Ultra, I think the 5000 mAh battery. uh, but yeah, for from the S22 Ultra, for sure they're using the same battery, and they can just use the carbon battery in this one, like the OnePlus did. That can enhance the battery. So obviously I'm a very hardcore user of the phone. I just render some videos on the phone itself sometimes, but yeah, you might want to just charge during the day if you're a strong user. So yeah, that extra 1000 mAh or maybe 7000 mAh, if they can put, I know that's not possible with so much components in the small device, but yeah, they can just push it to 6000 mAh of the capacity like the OnePlus did. And through that, like they can just, maybe that would just last a little bit more than what you get on this phone. The battery is very decent with the use there. I haven't noticed any sort of kind of deterioration on the battery itself. It gives me pretty much good time up till now, 6 months of heavy usage. The device gets slightly heated up once you're just obviously just doing a hardcore stuff like rendering videos like I do, or maybe playing games, but it doesn't get to a point where it just crashes or just you feels it a little bit uncomfortable to hold. Obviously I'm using the device with the case, and obviously you might not feel so much of device getting hot in the case itself. But yeah, I never felt, or I never dealt with the case where it just crashed right away. Let's talk about the speakers on this phone. So speaker has been extremely great on this phone. Like I think it has been pretty much improved from the S24 Ultra. However, I like a little bit more design of the S24 Ultra, but that looks a little bit much more premium. But once you get used to of the designs, obviously the corners in terms of the holdability of device is much more better with these rounded corners, since these doesn't dig in the uh, hand itself. But yeah, the speaker on this phone like has been extremely great. Like I find this one to be significantly improved. The bass and the terrible you just like the bass and the treble you just get so much better on this phone. It's just a sweet spot. And I've used the iPhone 16 Pro and I find this one to be louder than that one. So we just go ahead and just check the speakers. I'll put it on the full volume.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely outside. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase.
So yeah, the speakers are extremely great on this phone. There's nothing to complain about in this one. The usage of this phone itself, like it's like a very well balanced device. The gaming on this one is great. Most of the games like are optimized for this screen size. Like obviously I'm not a hardcore player. Let's check out the service, like most on the go kind of game. If the colors on this one feels pretty much excellent on this one. And yeah, you can just try. I don't find any sort of heating issue on this device itself. The colors are extremely good on this one, and the panel on this phone, like, it's one of the bestest you can get right now. The color science on this one has been pretty much great. uh, in the sunlight, it is great. I never had a trouble just viewing or having a viewing angle that just not supports better viewing angles. Like, it has been always the best and never had a trouble with this device itself. You can check out the screen, like, it's pretty smooth. I've played many games on this one, like Blood Strike and few other Arena of Valor, and it performed like a charm. Like, you really enjoy the gaming on this phone itself, and I think this is one of the bestest you can get. I'm just saying this one again and again because the One UI 7 have been so much optimized. I'm just waiting for the One UI 8. I know the beta is there, but yeah, I just want the full version to show you guys, like, that's what available for the public. And obviously you get the fastest screen on this one and the software. I'm just playing this game after a long time. And if we talk about the cameras on this phone, so camera has been improved on this one. So I don't know if you guys can see, but like the video thing on this one, like the zoom, this has been pretty much great. So what it does, like, there is a zoom button on over here, which is like I give you kind of a slow or fast, like as fast you want to go or as slow. So you can just go slow and that give you kind of a DSLR kind of look. Like let's I just put something down here and you guys have an idea like how it does. So it's the fast, so more you go, so it does more fast. If you wanna zoom in slow, so it just goes slow and just does it pretty much well. So the camera itself, like, I have nothing to complain of. Now now I've seen the videos about the camera of the S25 Ultra being compared with the mirrorless camera or other DSLRs, and the video came out to be pretty much nice and very much usable in the professional work. Once you are just using the 8K, and then you can just downsize to the 4K. The picture, you can just get it in the raw, and you can just play around with the color science of the picture itself. So these are the few things of the S25 Ultra, which is pretty much great. I mean, if you talk about, like, in my past 6 months, I've used the iPhone 16 Pro, I've used the OnePlus 13, which are like the comparable phones to this one, and the only phone that I just made the primary usage out of is the Samsung S25 Ultra. Reason behind that, like I'm not sure, like I'm noticing so much glitches in the iPhone in terms of like once I'm uploading the video on the YouTube via app. So I find it a bit finicky, like it takes a lot of time, or sometimes it just keeps me waiting on the upload. I don't know what's happening there, but sometimes it's just uploads in the 1080p, and like it's not very consistent experience that I was just getting. And yeah, I'm just using this one since 6 months as my daily driver. And I just wanted to share a few things. The lags, obviously, I can say, like obviously the Bluetooth feature that Samsung has removed. I'm not bothered with that much about that one, as long as the S Pen is there. I didn't find the need to use the Bluetooth. But yeah, if you're the kind of a person who's just using the S Pen to take pictures, so you might be affected with that one. Nevertheless, the battery could have been improved on this one, because you're just using the same battery since beginning of S23 Ultra or S22 Ultra, and it's just exactly same battery. They're just carrying forward. I know like the processors are getting better and better each year, so that just makes the battery like kind of efficient. However, the processor are efficient, so you just make the best use out of the battery. Yeah, but if the Snapdragon 8 Elite would be combined with the better battery or a bigger battery, maybe just a couple of mAh if Samsung can improve like 5500 or 6000. So in that case, like I believe that will make this device to be a much more complete. And other than that, I don't think so there's much room of improvement. Like what we need exactly is obviously a better battery. The battery is great, but obviously like once you're just spending 2000 bucks on a phone, so you might want the best of the market that is available out there. And it is the device, like I think, is just most likely fall in that range where you feel like your money is well spent. And obviously like Samsung just giving the uh, offer on these phones like here and then, and you get very much discount on these phones, which makes it like a much more worth it. Like if you compare it with the other Android phones or the market, or the phones in the market right now, so obviously this is the most well balanced phone you can just get in the market right now, where you feel like your money is being well spent. Because usually the software experience on the phone, like it's the screen is like the first one where you just interact with the phone itself. And I think the software in this phone has been so much refined, the AI has been so much better on this phone, especially the noise, the voices that you can edit via AI in the pictures, in the video, sorry. It's like a great feature, like I use sometimes myself too, and that works like flawlessly. And I'm not sure like if the Samsung would just make that one just a paid AI kind of feature later on in the S26 Ultra or S25 or S27 Ultra. But before, I used to think like the AI is like of a gimmicky thing. But yeah, AI could be used in such a way where it's just very much beneficial in the phones itself, like the picture removing, or you can say the clearing up the voices from the video. And I think the Samsung now is making people used to of these things, and maybe make this feature like to be paid later on, or maybe on a subscription basis they make that one. And maybe once we are used to it so much that we are just forced to pay. So that could be the idea of the Samsung, that they have just improving the AI so much better. And I think the AI from the Samsung is almost there, but they can just add up like more, just refine it much more better. So yeah, so that was my review for the S25 Ultra, since I've been using for the 6 months. And if you guys have any questions, you can just let me know down in the comments. And please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching again. Have a good day. Bye.